Hello, dear colleagues. Today we are going to discuss how to solve real methodological tasks through games. And for this lecture, I have chosen a real methodological task which I faced actually some months ago. So, students are teenagers, B1 level. Textbook is B1 Gold Experience. Literature which we are reading is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and my methodological goal was to teach past continuous. Duration, well, 15-20 minutes each lesson over 6 lessons. Yeah. So now, what first of all, of course, I looked in the textbook. Uh, what does it offer actually? And here is how they suggest to build a skill, let's say. So, first of all, they give the rule, which is supposed to somehow to be filled in with verbs in past continuous. Well, complete the examples with the correct form of the verb, but yeah, okay, we can take them from the text, but still I don't get how the students are supposed to put the correct form of the verb in this table. Then watch or listen to people talking about actions in progress. Which of these things do they talk about? Yeah, it could be okay, but when I watched the video, it appeared to be very uh, in very short pieces, just like question answer, different people speaking, answering different questions. It was like very uncomfortable and very useless video, unfortunately. Yeah, and then complete the sentences with the past simple or past continuous form of the verbs in brackets. Watch or listen again, check your answers. Uh, well, I suppose, and here there is a multiple choice, and then a game. Write one true sentence and one false sentence about last week using the past simple and past continuous. Work in pairs and swap sentences. Can you guess which sentence is true? I believe that my students can do most of these exercises only when they have acquired the skill. They cannot acquire the skill by these means. So I need something else. The only suitable exercise is this game. It's like two truth and a lie, but I don't like such lead in. Write one true and one false sentence about last week using past simple and past continuous. It doesn't make sense and it doesn't shift the focus from the grammar form. Otherwise, it is concentrated on the grammar itself. Yeah, like using past simple and past continuous. I'll suggest doing it in a different way. So, like, nothing from the textbook is suitable. That's why we need to solve our methodological task in a different way. So let's see. First of all, of course, we need to present the grammar unit, the grammar structure, and I did it by means of small talk. Well, it's like it's not the topic of our course, but still to see the big picture, I'll follow step by step. So, just I suggested my students to fill in such a table. So, like, what were you doing at 6 o'clock yesterday? So it was Sunday. So at 6 o'clock I was sleeping. What about you? And student says, like, I was sleeping too. Okay, at 10 o'clock I was having breakfast. What were you doing? And the student, I was still sleeping. Okay, no problem. I was still sleeping. Good. What were you doing at midday? As for me, I was cooking. I was cooking like lunch. What were you doing? I was. He'll say, "Were you playing a computer game? Were you having breakfast?" I was playing a game. Okay, and so on and so forth. So, and then we can sum it up. Like, while I was cooking, you were playing a game. While I was walking, you were doing your homework. Yeah, so we somehow show how the grammar structure is used. So in this way, I presented it. Then I looked through. I have reviewed our list of games and selected the most suitable ones. And here is a list which I got. So role play, strict mom or dad plus random actions, the what has changed game, what was in the picture memory game, monsters game, logic puzzle, detective game, family album, random actions, two truth and a lie, battleship, and literature-based discussions. Yeah, like discussions are not actually a game again, but to see the whole picture, I'll include it um, into my presentation. So let's have a look at each game one by one and how recycling this grammar structure and playing all this game will lead to building a skill. So first of all, the strict mom game, but to adapt it to past continuous form. Well, we know that we usually recycle present perfect while playing strict mom. Uh, so I have modified it. It's strict mom and the hidden camera. You need a set of flashcards with actions, and perhaps that's all. So the lead in. The strict mom is on a business trip. But she has left a hidden camera in the house. And she also left a to-do list. Of course, she's a strict mom. She called you 10 times during the day, but you only answered in the evening. So uh, your mom is a little bit angry, of course, a little bit when after she phoned you 10 times during the day. And so she wants to know, what were you doing at 9 o'clock? Yeah, so for example. Hello. I phoned you 10 times, but you didn't answer. So what were you doing? What have you been doing the whole day long? What were you doing at 9 o'clock when I called you the first time? And the student, for example, I was dusting the furniture. But I have a hidden camera. So let's see, and we will draw a random card here. So no, you weren't dusting the furniture. Let's see what you were doing. And you were talking. Who were you talking to? You were talking to your friend or to your grandma? And you can continue the dialogue. Well, let's continue. For example, what here? Mm, then, what were you doing at 10 o'clock when I called you the second time? And the student, I was cleaning the floors. Let's see. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. You weren't cleaning the floors. You were riding a scooter. What? Why were you riding a scooter at home? You can swap roles, and of course, your student can be a strict mom, and you can be a strict son or a daughter, of course. So here is it. It's just a set of random cards, online or offline. That's the first idea how to recycle past continuous. Yeah, and sample dialogue. Let's continue. The what has changed game, and I wanted to adapt the existing game, but I decided to do the new one. And where is it? Well, what has changed game, and here it is. No, it's the monsters game. Here, what has changed game, like you show your students a set of cards, then you ask them to close their eyes, and secretly you not hide, but you flip a card and ask what has changed. The boy, now the boy is watching a film, yeah, but what was he doing? he was watching a film, but he was watching a film together with a girl. Now he's watching a film alone. That's it. And of course, we need a sample sentence like he was doing something. Now he is doing something. Yeah, it was too easy for my students. That's why I swapped two or three cards. And another idea is to okay, flip and to shuffle. This is another idea. So now it's more difficult, and you ask your students to open their eyes and to say what has changed. Okay, that's it. Good. Let's continue. So, what has changed? Game. Next one is what was in the picture, memory game. As usual, memory game is easy to play. We discuss what we can see in the picture. By the way, you can put a student into a picture. So, like, you are you are standing under this tree and looking at the schoolyard. So what can you see? Who is doing what? And you start like the boy is showing his new telephone. Yeah, we are using present continuous, but we will we will later revise. This girl is taking her glove. This girl is just standing and not standing, but she's riding her bike. She's wearing a helmet. Okay, and thus commenting, you hide all the picture one by one. So what is he wearing? What is he doing? Where is he looking? And so on. Yeah, and later you after you have hidden all the pictures, so later you come back home and you tell your mom, Mom, I was at the school. I was next to the school and I was looking at the yard. And mom asked, "What did you see?" And you start. I saw a girl, and she was riding a bike, and she was wearing a helmet. Of course, you can give the sample dialogue, or just top it up to one, as you wish. Yeah. So this is the memory game, which can be played, of course, not only with the schoolyard, but with any other picture, like what did you see when you were at the zoo? Like, what was the lion doing? What was the elephant doing? What was the giraffe doing? And so on and so forth. Yeah. And thus you recycle the structure. Okay, next one. Monsters game. And there is a lead in. The monsters were having a party when the light went out. What were they doing? Here you will need the monsters game, and it's here. Yeah. So, and of course you will need to write down sample like for example, it's not bright enough, maybe yellow is bright enough. Yeah, he or she was doing something when the lights went out. Oh, you can make it more interesting, like for example, it's a horror film. Let's brainstorm the script for the horror film. So what were they doing when the lights went out? Or it can be an adventure film, or it can be a love story, whatever. It's up to you. So he was sleeping when the lights went out at the party. Okay. He was drinking cola when the lights went out. Uh, he was sleeping when the lights went out. I think you get the idea. It's just the question of the lead in, how it can be used. Okay, let's continue. Logic puzzle. I have found two good logic puzzles to practice past continuous. Yeah, so there is a good intro. and good clues. So let's have a look. Um, Charlie and Daisy are twins, but they couldn't be more different. Last Sunday, they spent the whole day doing their own things. Let's figure out what each of them was doing at each time of day. So, these are Charlie's activities, like he was cooking pancakes, fixing his model train, tidying up his desk, solving a jigsaw puzzle, drawing his goldfish, listening to music, practicing piano, reading quietly, watching up a documentary. And these are Daisy's activities. She was painting graffiti on a garage wall, she was climbing a tree, skateboarding, she was making slime, she was catching bugs in a jar, she was jumping on a trampoline, she was painting her face, running through a sprinkler, playing tag in the park. Yeah, sure. Make sure your students know all the words, and of course, if they need, synthesize the unknown words. Okay, and then we start working. We start working with the clues, and at the same time recycling the grammar structure. Your students are welcome to help you. Like, so let's read the clue. While Charlie was cooking pancakes, Daisy was catching bugs in a jar or climbing a tree. So Charlie was cooking pancakes, Daisy was catching bugs or climbing a tree. So two possibilities. Okay, Charlie was fixing his model train at 10 o'clock. So now we know that he was fixing his model train at 10 o'clock. After we have read, we will learn that Daisy was in the park from 9:50 to 10:20. So, what was she doing at 10 o'clock? She was in the park. So she was playing tag in the park. While Charlie was fixing his model train, Daisy was playing tag in the park. Okay. Mm, Charlie finished his jigsaw puzzle and Daisy finished her slime at the same time. Again, we can figure out that while Charlie was solving a jigsaw puzzle, Daisy was making slime. Charlie was tidying up his desk from 15 to 15:40. Yes, he was tidying up his desk here, and Daisy was climbing a tree at 15:30. So while Charlie was tidying up his desk, Daisy was climbing a tree, so it's green. Thus, while Charlie was cooking pancakes, Daisy was catching bugs in a jar. Only one variant is left. So like this, we work with all the clues, and after we have worked with them, we get the here we get the answer key. Yeah, we can copy it, and we can check it with the answer key. And checking with the answer key is also a very useful activity. Like, where is it? Here. So while Charlie was cooking pancakes, what was Daisy doing? She was catching bugs in a jar. Yeah, that's correct. Let's check the next one. What was Daisy doing while Charlie was fixing his model train? While Charlie was fixing his model train, Daisy was playing tag in the park. Yeah, this one is also correct. What was Daisy doing while Charlie was tidying up his desk? She was climbing a tree. I think you get the idea. And there is another logic puzzle, and well, if the previous one was directed at showing how the two simultaneous actions are like expressed in English grammar, this one is aimed at showing how well, what was somebody doing at a certain moment of speech. Daisy was throwing the wildest party of the year, but just when the music got loud and the fun got messy, she discovered something terrifying. Her tarantula, Creeper, had escaped. Everyone was doing something different when it happened, but no one noticed Creeper slip away. Can you figure out what each child was doing at the moment the tarantula escaped? And there is a list of people and activities they were doing. In the same way, we look through the clues and we decide who was doing what. Yeah. Uh, and then we see the answer key and check our our answers with the answer key. Yeah. Okay, let's continue. A detective game. It wasn't suitable in my situation because a detective game needs some people, and well, in my group I have only two boys. That's why we didn't play it, but we played it in other groups. Well, we used to play it before when I had a bigger B1 groups. That's why I included this game just to have it in the collection. Yeah. So one of the participants is the detective. All the others are dealt cards face down with pictures or written actions, and one of them is the thief. Yeah, like everybody got action cards with pictures, and one of them got the same card with the same back, but a thief card. So, the lead in. At 5 o'clock yesterday, somebody broke into the headmaster's office and stole his favorite cookies. And I know it was one of you. And the detective has a dialogue like this, like, "What were you doing at 5 o'clock yesterday?" I was doing gymnastics." "Where were you doing gymnastics?" "Why were you doing? Who were you doing the gymnastics with?" Can is possible to ask. In a gym, of course, or something like this. Yeah. And at the end of the round, the detective decides who is a thief, who is bluffing. Uh, very funny game, and my children really love playing it. But unfortunately, it needs more players. It should be played when you have at least four players plus you, the teacher, I mean. And if you play online, I was just showing the cards like this into the camera, or writing on the screen and deleting, and I just asked to close their eyes if I needed. Family album. We have already met this game, so there is it's a ready to use game, but just I have uh, modified it. I have adapted it for past continuous form. Yeah. So we like the students were told that it's their family album, and we had like a conversation like this. "Who is that?" "It's my cousin." "So what was he doing when you took this picture?" For example, "He was eating a chocolate and working in the garden." "Why was he eating and working at the same time?" "Oh, because he was hungry and had to work." Or you can just stop here. "He was eating a chocolate and working in the garden," without continuing. Or if you feel like continuing and your students can easily do it, then why not? We can develop the conversation. Why not? Okay, so this activity is also very fun. Random actions. So, what were you doing when you broke your phone? And here we again need to draw random cards. So there are random actions here. So what were you doing when you broke up your phone? When I broke up my phone, I was skiing. Okay, you were skiing. Uh, of course, we need a sample dialogue written somewhere where the students can easily see it. And there are some more ideas. So, what were you doing when you hurt your knee? When I hurt my knee, I was reading. Okay, that's interesting. What were you reading? And when you hurt your knee, were you reading the biggest book in the world? And the ideas like this, commenting as usual, recycling. And there are some more ideas which I just took from kids box 5, it seems to me, book. Okay. Next one, two truth and a lie. Yeah, so as you remember, in the textbook, we had almost the same game, but they were putting it too straightforward. Like, make a sentence using past continuous. Why should I make a sentence using past continuous? I just don't get it. Tell us. what you were doing at 10 o'clock, at 15 o'clock, at 23 o'clock. So you see the difference. And here again, there is our table from the small talk. Yeah. So what were you doing at 10 o'clock? It could be on Saturday, on Sunday, so that everybody was doing different things, like not I was at school, or I was having a lesson, or whatever. Yeah, and the idea is that your students give three facts, two truth and one lie. You can start with yourself, like at 10 o'clock. I was walking, and so on. At 15 o'clock, or of course you're welcome to change the time. Okay, next, next one. Next one is a battleship game. As usual, in a battleship game, we connect randomly. Again, it's the kids box textbook, and we can randomly connect the actions, and then ask each other questions. And our sample text is, what were you doing when the teacher saw you? What were you doing when the teacher saw you? Not what were, sorry, it's not correct. Were you having a picnic when the teacher saw you? Yeah. Were you having a picnic when the teacher saw you? Of course, because we need to recycle past continuous. Or were you catching a bus when the teacher saw you? Were you cutting bread when the teacher saw you? Were you cutting paper when the teacher, and so on? Yeah, and like you get points, and that's the idea of battleship game. Yeah. The next one, literature-based discussions. Well, again, they are not games, um, but we had lots of fun while discussing them. I'll give you one example. For example, I found one moment in a book and we started discussing it. Uh, so the crazy prince, who was dozing in the living room at the time, woke up and found himself swimming around in a huge brown sticky lake of chocolate. So Prince Pondicherry was dozing in the living room when the palace started to melt. Now, let's brainstorm. What was his wife doing? Maybe she was cooking, maybe she was reading, maybe she was sleeping. What was she doing? What was his 15-year-old son doing? You are welcome to change the age, of course. What was his 6-year-old daughter doing? What were his servants doing? What was his dog doing? What was his cat doing? And you can continue like this until everybody is out of ideas. Yeah, and thus you can take any other fragment from the text and recycle it, recycle and recycle. Like, what was he doing when this or that happened? Or you can put it vice versa. Uh, what was somebody doing when he said it? Somebody said it when he was reading newspaper. Somebody said it when she was cooking dinner, something like this. Okay. Next one. Next one. Summing up. So we have done plus minus 10 activities. And during the lessons, collect all the examples, dialogues, situations, like everything which is written should be collected in a file. Yeah, and make different files for different groups because they must be personal. If you had an emotional moment, like everybody laughed, everybody had fun, um, I don't know, somebody had a very good joke, whatever, collect it, put it into this collection. So here I put my well, small talk, yeah, just screenshot of the table and insert it into the file. Yeah. Then our strict mother game, the sample dialogue. Then some examples again, which were written on the screen while we were playing what has changed game. Then memory game, then the same monsters game, then the answer key from logic puzzle, then the sample dialogue from the family album. Yeah, then battleship game, some examples, and some screenshots from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Then after that, you like ask your students to help you highlight the pattern. So help me highlight. I was sleeping, I was having, and you highlight everything. Like you start and your students will join you surely, because it's very easy, because everything is seen. The phrases from the text should go last, because they are the most difficult ones, because well, these are very easy, very straightforward, but in the text they are, you see, hidden, like the sentences are long, and it's more difficult to figure out the structure. Okay, so after we have highlighted, we can summarize the situation. So when and why the pattern is used. And if they can, they will say that it's something at a definite moment of time, for example, at 6 o'clock, at 10 o'clock, or something. One person was doing something, another person was doing something, or one person was doing something when something else happened. So all three main usages of past continuous are like recycled in during our games. They have been recycled. Then you can give it a name, say that this grammar structure is called past continuous, and you are sure, well, and you can now have a look at the structure itself. So like I was, he was, she was, you were, they were. Okay, it's a minus that I don't have enough where forms here. Yeah, so I should have definitely put more where forms in my collection. Yeah, so I should keep it in mind next time. Uh, and uh, after that, mm, after that, how it is formed. So what do all the highlighted phrases have in common? Like they have was aware and they have in. How is the negative formed, or how is the question formed, and so on and so forth. And after summarizing, your students are most likely ready to theorize. At the B1 level, they're ready to theorize. If they are not, keep recycling the grammar structure until they are. You can again play the same games once again. Your students will be happy about that. Or you can modify them a little bit, change the lead in, and your games will be completely different. Yeah. So your students are ready to theorize once they have acquired the skill. And now we can go to the beginning of our presentation. Yeah, we can go to our textbook. I'm sure that only after we have done this, after we have built the skill like this by recycling the grammar structure in games, in role plays, in different activities, only then we can theorize, only then we can do these multiple choice exercises, or and so on and so forth, if we need. Sometimes we don't need, for example, with small children, or if your students are not ready. That's all for today. Thank you very much.